All right, guys, we are going to be doing some planning for our pop art project, and you're going to be doing a worksheet that looks like this before you actually start painting your project, because we have to plan our colors and we have to plan our values, and I'll show you how it all comes together. And just as a reminder, we have an example of a pop art project from last year. Actually, this one's mine. It's a little chihuahua. And you guys have been working on your drawings, and it might be time for you to paint. And as you were drawing, you were supposed to make sure to label everything, your 5 different values, from 1 right here, which is so bright and light, it's almost white, but that's actually a very, very light turquoise color. Okay, and then we see 2, 3, 4, and then 5 right there is very, very dark shade of my bluish turquoise, and it almost looks black, but it's actually just a very dark shade. Okay, and we take a look at what I did last year. This was what I did. I planned out my values to make sure I knew where everything was going to go. Okay, so last year when I did this project, I really wanted to use this gorgeous turquoise color, which you have available to you over there, okay, over by, where our sinks are, and all of our paint. So we've got that color. I've put out some other colors like magenta. I even put out a copper color so you can mess around and see what works for you, okay? But just did this. So when I chose that color, I had to decide, well, where is that color going to go on my value scale? And it was a little darker. So just the color by itself just went as a 4. That's just that turquoise right out of the bottle. Okay, and then I was able to get 3 tints out of it because it's already a dark color, and then just 1 shade. And you can see that that shade is almost black, but not quite. And then my number 1 is almost white, but it's still slightly turquoisey, and then a little, and then each different value, 1, 2, 3, 4, we can all see a difference. It all gets a little bit darker, a little bit darker. There's no, these don't look the same. It gets a little darker every single time, okay? And you guys practiced that before. So just to show you how to do this, I set myself up. I have a new one, and again, I have different colors, and just for funsies, just to challenge myself, I decided to go with a fluorescent pink color, which is available to you. And if this comes out good, then I will leave that fluorescent pink over there, and then you can do that for your project. So I have fluorescent pink and then white and black, because all I got to do is worry about making some shades. So I have to look at my color and think about where it goes on the value scale. So do I think this pink should go as a 4 just by itself? No, because it's not that dark. I actually think it might be a 3 or a 2. And I think I'm actually going to say, I think it might end up being a 3. Because although it is very bright, let me see. Put it down here. I think I could still get 2 tints out of it and 2 shades. Okay, so I'll leave that there, and then I'll see how I do. So now for our number 1 shade, remember that is practically white, almost all white. So if you can see on camera, there we go. I'm going to be taking a lot of white. Okay, and clean out my brush. Okay, and I'm just going to add the tiniest little dot of pink to it, okay? And actually that looks good. It changed it slightly. It's a very, very light pink, but it's still practically white. So let me see over there. So that will work, for my number 1 value. Okay. And then my number 2 value just needs to be a little darker than that. So what I'll do is I'll add a nice little, another drop, bigger drop this time, of pink. All right, looking good. Ah, very good. Okay, I have a nice change from 1 to 2 to 3. Very, very good. All right, now for 4. Okay, I'll take that, clean out my brush. And for this first shade of the fluorescent pink, I'm going to take the tiniest little dot of black that I can get, like just a little drop, and that'll probably do it. Yep. Well, maybe just the tiniest dot more. Very careful. There you go. All right, I think that'll be good. Yep. Looks good. Okay, and then 5 is supposed to be almost black, so, but again, black is so powerful that if I just do another drop of it, yeah, that looks about right. Well, maybe another tiny dot. Okay. All right, and you could see right on camera, you could see a distinct change from 1 to 2 to 3 to 4 and to 5. Once you have this figured out, okay, the crucial part is figuring out where your color just by itself goes. Pink, I was confused. I thought it might be a 2 or 3. I went with a 3 and I was right. I got 2 good tints out of it and 2 shades. Okay, and then you are ready. Come over to me, show me your gradient over here, and I will give you a plastic cup so you can mix up your first value, and then you can start painting in all your number 1s. And that'll be it.